This episode is dedicated to people who may be trying to get into street photography, but may not want to get up in people's faces. Or maybe you are like me and don't like to do one type of photography specifically all the time. You want to go out and take photos of people, you want to document the world, but you might not fall into the confines of what is the standard definition of street photography. Maybe you're like me and you are a fan of the abstract or the obstructed, the non-conventional type of photography. Maybe you really need to take photos in your own way. That's what I'm doing today. I'm exercising part of my brain that may go against some of the more baked-in functions of photography. While I was out, I had this strange feeling of distance from my subjects. Not only because I was using a longer focal length, but because I felt separated somehow. I wanted to do some street photography with a longer focal length. Something that could create some separation from me and my subject. What ended up happening was a change of plan. Something that has been true for me for basically my entire life is that I like to do things my own way. I love to learn, but I also like to create in a space where there aren't specific boundaries all the time. I began looking for ways to obscure my subjects. Maybe putting them in out-of-focus areas, or maybe putting objects between me and my subjects, like a physical barrier, glass, reflections. Creating an additional boundary between me and my subjects. Of course, I didn't limit myself entirely to this new plan. I still took photos of things that interested me, but I gave preference to those obscured subjects. I've been giving a lot of thought to the reasons why people make art and the motivations behind those pieces of art. Art is an extremely personal expression. Art is valuable in ways that go beyond money. I've talked about this before that maybe you should be making some bad art. Art that goes against the conventions of what is commonplace good. Bad being subjective, of course, but I think people should try and make art that not everyone is going to enjoy. When I was out taking photos today, I was deliberately framing in ways that may not be conventional. I was obscuring the faces of my subjects. I made a point in composing a certain way or blurring my subject in a certain way that would go against what is typically a good photo. I approached it this way because when you set out to make art that appeals to a broader audience, you may very well be dissatisfying your own soul. In practicing this anti-social street photography, I came across some things that tickled my brain. The art that I create cannot be for everyone, because not everyone has had the specific set of experiences that I have, nor have they dealt with those types of experiences the same way. When I'm creating, I have to create for myself, because if I create for someone else, I think I'm doing myself a disservice. I am giving away a part of me that was maybe not mine to give away. This has been a relatively short video. It's part of my process in getting used to talking to a camera. When I started making this video, I had no intention on talking to the camera. It was going to be one of my more typical walk around, take photos, film what I shoot what I film. But I think I need to practice talking to the camera. I think I need to get used to engaging with my audience in a different way, a more candid way. Some of this is scripted, some of this is off the cuff. I'm sure you can figure out which is which. Overall, I do want to say thank you for following me on this journey. It's been nearly 2 years since I started this YouTube channel, and I haven't really focused all my time on it. It was a part-time thing, something to do in the slow season, but lately I've been reconsidering that idea. I love teaching, and I love to talk about the psychology and philosophy of photography of all types. So once again, if you're enjoying this type of content, let me know in the comments, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you coming along and wanted to say thanks. And until next time, adios.